Hi, Right Writers. Thank you so much for joining Cruise today. In this video, we are going to be elaborating on specific moments connected with Common App essay prompt number 1. If you or someone you know may find this video useful, please feel free to share it with them. And thank you so much to my subscribers. And I hope that more of you will consider subscribing as I continue this writing journey with you. So, in a previous video, I talked about brainstorming. Well, I brainstormed specific moments of my life when I worked as a hotel maid at pretty much around the age of 14. And so now I've sort of accomplished this task in the last video. So, what I'd like to do is take the time to elaborate on these moments that I have provided here. And my goal is to start to construct little baby paragraphs. And again, we're still in the draft phase. And then using those paragraphs to start to construct my essay. Please remember, Right Writers, that the Common App essay should really be anywhere from 250 to 650 words. Most of what I have read has suggested that the essays be, anywhere between maybe 450 to 650 words or a little bit less than 650 words. And I have read some articles where they talked about, the 500 words is the 500 words zone is sort of that sweet spot. And that's what I've read online, Right Writers. But again, we're not there yet. We're just elaborating on moments of time to then construct paragraphs. So thanks for joining me. And again, the hope is that you see my struggle as an adult, as a teacher, and you recognize that, oh, this isn't just me. This is not a solo experience. Just understand that anyone writing about any topic is going to struggle. With that said, Right Writers, I'm hitting my timer. I put the timer on for 11 minutes, and now it's time to elaborate on specific moments referenced in the previous video. So, one of the things that I talked about was being trained by an older woman for about 5 days before going solo, before really cleaning hotel rooms solo. So, I remember um, we would meet around 7:30 in the morning. We would gather our supplies. Really, I think we would gather first our room list. We would be covering. We would grab a large stainless steel cart, preferably one with good wheels, and fill it up with our supplies. Because on the list, we would, the list would tell us. So this list would tell us which guests we're checking out. And I'm putting a lot of things in parentheses, Right Writers, because depending on how specific I want to get, I'm just so I don't lose the nuances behind it. So one of the things, for example, like if you knew a guest was checking out, it's basically like you had to do a deep clean on the room. In other words, deep clean required for the room. Whereas if guests were staying longer, and it just needed sort of a polishing up or spruced up. And I may want to add, of course, of course, you would want a longer list of rooms where um, hotel guests were staying longer. The last thing you wanted was to have a list of, let's say, and sometimes they were literally like 16 to 20 rooms. So a list of 16 to 20 rooms, and that they were all checkouts. Notice, right, writers, again, and I'm at 16 minutes right now, but just looking at this one moment and how much I was able to elaborate on that moment. Now, some of it may feel very similar in the next, you know, this next sort of bulleted point here. I just put this a hyphen. So, looking at all of these, I mean, imagine I just came up with all of this from that one, and I have several more to go. And now you can, I hope, right, writers, that you're able to see, okay, I can now see how this essay, how it can happen just from one sentence. And, you'd be surprised at how much you can remember and how detailed these moments can be. Keep in mind, right, writers, not that I want to admit my age, but it's been decades since these moments have happened to me. However, I can remember these moments as if they were just yesterday. So there are those windows of time that you have that you remember with such specificity. So those are the moments that you really need to capitalize on when it comes to these Common App essays. All right, next one. Being given a clipboard with a cleaning checklist for when it needed to be cleaned within each room. And again, I think this is really more, it goes along the line of this one. I'm trying to think of what else I could add. And I may just put see above. Nothing really comes to mind here, other than, again, I mean, I can go through with the bathroom and all that, but it's just clean a bathroom, wipe the mirror down. I can go into those specifics, I guess. But I feel like this is sort of connected with that. So I would rather move on to something else and see what else comes to mind, because it's a little bit different. Hearing children's laughter and the sound of water splashing while cleaning the rooms. Loved the mornings. And the weather, I would know it was midday. Based on the amount of laughter, and that's when I knew half my day was over. And my hope was that at least, or close to, that my list was more than half completed. Okay. And now I have about a minute left, and I'm just looking at some things that, again, just sort of seeing, okay, so I see this wearing the fitted light blue dress, the polyester blend with a navy blue collar, having to knock on doors and yelling housekeeping. For me, this is really connected to this part up here as far as being trained and the clipboard. And I'm seeing smells of bleach and cleaning supplies in the giant laundry room, being given a list of 16 to 20 rooms to have ready within an 8 to 5 p.m. schedule. So I definitely think that this is connected to also what I wrote above. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to shift some things, right, writers, again during this elaborating process to see, okay, this part kind of goes with that, so that again I'm not repeating, information. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stop this timer. So I'm going to go ahead and start to move some of these. Control C, um, right here, Control V. And this part, that was really there. That goes with that. And I think that most of these, so Control C, these three really go more with this right here, that part right there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. So you can sort of start to see, right, writers. And again, I am going to stop this video to ensure my time with you, but you can sort of see how this is connected to how the day sort of looked. And knocking on the doors, being given a list of 16 to 20 rooms, and this sort of sets the stage. It's almost like opening the scene of a play for the essay readers. And so those are really all connected. Whereas this right here, hearing children's laughter, having families walk into the rooms as I was finishing cleaning up their rooms, I think that is a separate sort of topic. And then this as well. So this part here, where I'm, you received a 10-minute break, or you got a 10-minute break, seeing all the cleaning women gathered around having their cigarettes at the back of the hotel, meeting many women from Haiti, hearing them speak Creole with each other, humidity and heat during a Florida summer, sounds of large air conditioning units, and the smells of bleach and cleaning supplies in the giant laundry room. This was all a moment that happened together. And so I'm going to go ahead and keep those together. And right, writers, I am going to go ahead and stop the video here. So I think we are at a good stopping point to and create a new video where I begin to elaborate even further. Thank you so much for watching this video, right, writers. I hope, again, this process and watching me struggle with this process helps you, provides that, that motivation to take action, to get your paperwork completed. I know it's a lot, and I know you can do it. All right, take care, right, writers. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. Bye-bye.